May the words of my mouth and the meditations of all of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, our God, our strength, and our Redeemer. Amen. I love Matthew's resurrection account. It's fabulous. It's full of imagery. I mean, if you close your eyes, you can see the vivid picture that Matthew paints. You can see the two Marys in the pre-dawn hours, walking outside the city wall, past the place where they witnessed Jesus' crucifixion to the tomb. I can imagine that they were expecting to go to that tomb and sit and mourn Jesus' death. But this quiet pre-dawn walk to the tomb is interrupted by a great earthquake, probably like the one that happened when Jesus died. Then a bright flash of lightning, and an angel appears, dressed in white, bright as the snow. And he rolls back the stone to reveal that Jesus has been raised. This is the way God works, subverting human expectations. I'm sure the Marys didn't expect to see an angel that day. I'm sure they didn't expect to see the tomb empty, but God works that way. God worked that way with the disciples. The 12 disciples of Jesus knew that he was the anointed one, the Messiah. But he wasn't like the Messiah that they expected. He did it with Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. They were going to mourn Jesus, but they were greeted by an empty tomb and an angel of the Lord. He does it to us too. Our expectations, my expectations of an Easter celebration include a full church, a holy fire, a brass quintet, and resounding alleluias. But that's not what we get this year. It's easy to think that Easter won't happen. It's easy during this season of stay-at-home orders and social distancing to think that we're stuck in the Lenten season. After all, that's what it feels like, doesn't it? But that would be a mistake. It would be a mistake because our Lenten journey is completed. God subverts our expectations. Easter comes anyway. Jesus rises anyway. Even in isolation, even in fear, new life springs forth. Jesus conquers death and raises all of us to new life with him because that's what God does. God takes the darkness. God takes the chaos. God takes the betrayal, the denial, the fear, the anxiety, and the isolation, and he offers us hope. He offers us the promise of an empty tomb. He offers us the promise that death is not the end. Alleluia, Christ is risen is our declaration tonight because darkness has been vanquished by our eternal King. Alleluia, Christ is risen is our declaration tonight because by Jesus' blood we have been delivered from sin. Alleluia, Christ is risen is our declaration tonight because heaven and earth are joined and we are reconciled to God. Sisters and brothers in the risen Christ, may this night, may this entire Easter season bring hope, bring joy, and bring love in new ways. And may God give us eyes to see His work in the world all around us. Alleluia! Christ is risen.